what is going to make your product different to somebody else's product. If the only thing you've got to go on is price, excuse me, then you're going to get your ass kicked, because a factory in China, for instance, that manufactures the product, or a trading company, more typically, in China that trades directly with the factory, is going to kick your ass on pricing every single day, okay? So you must have something unique that you can offer the marketplace to a subset of the market. So you're selling pizza makers. Well, you've got to sell something unique about that. There's got to be something unique about it. Do people want a particular color pizza maker, for instance? Color's always a very simple way of differentiating. Do they want very large pizzas? You can do that sort of thing, but you've got to do something different. Otherwise, you're in a head-to-head competition on price. You really don't want to be in that market. Once you figure that out, well, then you've got to put together a listing that does a great job of selling your product. That starts with the images. The images should be drawn from your customer avatar. What is the customer that you're looking to buy your product? What are they interested in? What is important to them? You've got to address those things. Not only do you address them in your images, but you should also address them in your text as well. So the things that get written about the item, okay? That's important. Thinking specifically about that person who's going to buy your product. If you are the most obvious solution to that group of people, then you'll have a winning product on your hands, okay? So you've got to have that. So images, massively important to get that right, as is the text. Once you've got that in order, then you need to get some reviews. Like, it's the same old shit from my restaurant days. Like, if your restaurant's empty, nobody wants to go in. Nobody wants to be first into an empty restaurant. It just feels weird eating on your own in an empty restaurant. Everybody wants to be in a restaurant that's full, that's got a big queue outside of it. Hey, that's a great looking restaurant. They must be really, really good. Look, all those people are inside and there's people lining up to get in. Great stuff. In the nightclub game, it's exactly the same thing, okay? Same for what we do with e-commerce. If there's no reviews for your product, people are like, oh, it looks good, but I'm not quite sure. So you've got to get some reviews. How do you get some reviews? Well, depending on the category on Amazon, all of my analysis is it's somewhere between organic reviews that you haven't engineered, between 200 and 400 sales for one review. So you've got to make somewhere between 200 and 400 sales to get a review on Amazon specifically, okay? Now, there are market variations around that, but that's been my experience. So that sucks. Holy shit, I've got to make 200 sales before I even get a review. Well, that sucks. You've got to engineer your reviews. How do you engineer them? Things like you've got to get some of your friends to go buy your product and leave you a review. Okay, you've got to do that sort of stuff to get you started. You've got to start building up a customer database of people who have interest, and you've got to follow up yourself to get them to leave a review. You've got to remind people to leave a review. You cannot leave it to chance. You must be engineering your own reviews. So important. Nobody wants to eat at an empty restaurant. So same for what we do as well. How many reviews do you need? I would say somewhere between 5 and 20 is about right for your target to be engineering reviews. Certainly, I would not personally run any paid traffic to a listing until I had 5 reviews, for instance. I know, having said that, that people do and have made sales. Okay, so that blows that out of the water. But I would say as general advice, I think that you would have a much better experience doing paid traffic to a listing with reviews than no reviews. Okay, you'd probably get a higher conversion rate, all things being equal. So that's important too. And then once you've got all that in place, then you can start looking at things like paid traffic. Which paid traffic? Well, depends on your customer avatar, depends on who your customer is and where they're most likely to be. For the most part, Google AdWords is a incredible underutilized resource for driving traffic to Amazon listings. Amazon is well trusted. So all things being equal, in a Google Ads search engine results page, an advert what says Amazon as the destination URL versus the same advert that says some Shopify URL, what nobody knows anything about, so just a regular URL, I would imagine that the Amazon URL would get a higher hit rate simply by virtue of the fact that more people recognize and trust Amazon. So if you're not using Google AdWords, I really think you're missing a trick because of that. That's pretty much psychology 101. So is that. I'd also consider, if you're feeling a little bit braver, Facebook marketing. Why I say braver? Well, because Facebook marketing is harder. There is more moving parts because you've got images and text. And so just that alone makes it harder. But then you've also got a target, and Facebook targeting is not as effective as Google AdWords targeting. Google AdWords search engine. People go to Google, type something in, they search. They go to Facebook, they're not searching for anything. They're looking at pictures of cats or dogs or catching up with what's going on with their family and friends. Okay, they're not looking for your thing. So it's interruption marketing, which is a different proposition. Totally doable. You can make a shitload of money with Facebook, but it is harder than Google AdWords simply by virtue of the fact that one is has got much more buyer intent than the other. And then, of course, influencer marketing, TikTok marketing, things like that. That's getting more and more prevalent. We could talk about TikTok later on tonight if you want to. But I'd certainly look at that too. Okay. So how do you launch a product in 2023? Same rules apply. Same rules apply. Product is everything. Customer is everything. Product is everything. Everything comes from a very, very strong understanding of who your customer is, and then putting together the perfect solution for the problem that they're trying to solve. Okay,
that was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 e-commerce professionals right around the world. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community right here in Australia, for instance, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. That link is in the description. I will see you on the next video. Until then, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.